Good morning, and today is Thursday. Now Thursday was a really special day in Holy Week this week that we're looking at before Easter, because Thursday was the day that Jesus had his last meal with his disciples, with his friends. So I'm going to read you this story and hopefully it will come up a little bit on the page as well. But it says this: "It's Passover," Jesus told his friends, "time for our special meal." When the meal was ready, Jesus said, "This is the Passover meal we will all eat together. Soon, some sad things are going to happen." Jesus held a cup of wine in his hands and he said, "Thank you, God." Then he gave his cup to all his friends and he said, "Pass this round and all have a drink from it." Next, Jesus took a loaf of bread and he broke it into pieces. And he broke it and he passed it around and he said, "Thank you, God. When you eat this," he told his friends, "I want you to think about me. So when you eat this bread, I want you to think about me, about Jesus." After their meal, Jesus held another cup of wine in his hand and he said to them, "Share this." He said, "Soon, someone in this room will not be my friend anymore." His friends looked at each other amazed and said, "Who is it?" they wondered. Now, I wonder if you like when you have dinner with your friends or your family. I love when we all sit around the table and we eat our favourite things. Maybe you can tell your grown-up what your favourite meal is. Yeah, in our house, Connie, my daughter, she loves pizza. She also loves fish fingers. But we also, when we eat together, it's a time where we share, isn't it? It's a time where we talk and we spend time with the people that we love. And this meal was the same. Jesus was spending time with his friends. But this was a little bit sad because Jesus knew that something sad was going to happen, and we're going to learn about that tomorrow. And he also knew that one of his friends was going to betray him, which means that they were not going to be very kind to him. So in church, you might have seen sometimes where people take a little bit of bread and they drink some wine, and they do this to remember Jesus, for us to sit and think a little bit about how amazing Jesus is. Now, can you think for a moment about why you think Jesus is amazing? I think Jesus is amazing because he loves me and because he died on the cross for me. Again, we are going to learn about this tomorrow. But Jesus is amazing. So his friends that were sat with him and had a meal with him, and they knew something sad was going to happen, how do you think they felt that day? Yeah, I think they were probably really quite sad because they loved him and they wanted to spend time with him. But they knew that they could take the bread and the wine and they could remember him. And even now, lots and lots and lots of years later, we can do the same. When we take communion at church or at home and we have a little bit of the bread and we drink the wine, it's to help us to remember Jesus. So that is a great reminder, isn't it? So what I'd like us to do is we are going to pray again today, and then finally we're going to do something with our box again today. So, dear God, we thank you that you had a special meal with your disciples and that you left us something to help us remember you. We thank you that when we think about the cross and we think about you, that we know that you are amazing. Amen. Amen. So your box today, we're not actually going to, well, we're going to use Jesus, so you need to take Jesus out if you've got a box. And then on the top of the box, what I'd like you to draw, which you can get your grown-up to help you if you find drawing a little bit tricky, but on your top of your box, I'd like you to draw a little bread and a wine glass. So I will draw mine quickly. So a wine glass to remember the wine. And then a bread as well, there we go, there's mine. So the wine and the bread. And then I am going to pop that on my little stand, not much room today, with Jesus. And then all day today, when I look at that, I'm going to remember the meal that Jesus had with his friends. And although it was sad, it helps us to remember him. I will see you tomorrow when we are going to learn all about Jesus and the sad thing he did when he died on the cross. Okay, join you tomorrow. Bye-bye.